finished here. 53, Estia Province, blue team. We've got Professor Ragin'Maru as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive commander. Let's go meet manipulation and control abilities, begins in melee combat, has some powerful offense too. This is the Alpha Legion League scheme. Don't think I realised he got this fancy helmet. Good for you, Mr. Sorcerer. We have Mojitos and Mujeres alongside as a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and some perpetual anger too. More chaos rounding off this blue team is Gaius Baltar too, as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some powerful offense and disruption, fights mainly in melee combat. Thousand Suns elite scheme here with a glowing sword. Red team is Lolgar as an Apothecary, support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura over on the west side, then up against the Sorcerer. More Orks alongside its cudder as a Kommando Nob, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter, going very sneaky there. And round off the team, Bruce Campbell rocking the Ordo Malleus as a brother captain, durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some powerful offense, disruption and support, fights in melee combat. Up against the Chaos Lord, battle of the heavyweights on the east side there, chasing down some poor little heretics over there. He does start with a 30 DPS power melee weapon, the brother captain, so the CSM will be under threat early on. The Chaos Lord with, I think, a 26 DPS power melee weapon. It's double sluggers from cudder, so expect the Warboss to respond with either spiky armor or the cyborg implants. So cudder's gonna need to control this Warboss somehow. I could just get aim in, what's that, and suppress him, but I think some looters would be good. Could also time that stun bomb well and get some stuns off that way. This guy's getting a decap here. Meanwhile, west side. Oh, Sorcerer goes down. Apothecary barely gets away. CSM now needs to back away here. And it's Raptors hitting the field for Ragin'Maru. Lolgar's got nothing else on the field. Has purchased nothing either. Scouts dropping a model, but the tactical marine is getting into melee combat there. Persuades the CSM to leave. He did get the decap and got away. The Warboss. CSM for Gaius Baltar 2 running off, and there's some looters on the field now for cudder. Suppression team. These guys can infiltrate, which is a bit weird for suppression teams, but hey. Double strike squad for Bruce Campbell, and looks like they both have the Cybolt ammunition because they both have that plus icon. Cybolt ammunition increases their DPS up to like over 17 DPS per model, I think, which is quite a freaking lot in tier 1. Also grants a debuff to the target that they're shooting that decreases their accuracy. That's pretty interesting. Gonna annoy the CSM, I guess. Not sure if it shows any kind of effect for having that debuff. It didn't look like it did there. I believe it lasts 6 seconds. I don't think it stacks though in any way. Not even duration or anything. Raptors jumping in. Assault squad for Lolgar. Might see him get something else up before tier 2. Maybe some more scouts or some shotguns. Tactical Marines took a lot of damage there. Raptors can surprise you with their damage output early on. 30 DPS per model is pretty tasty. Assault squad with, I think like 25 or so, but they do have more hit points, 400 per model. Some infiltration helping them out, but oh, they didn't drop a model, those Raptors, either. East side, meanwhile, Gaius Baltar 2 getting some Raptors of his own. Those CSM barely getting away, but they'll be alright with 2 models. Heretics also getting out. Looks like some bad positioning was to blame there. Heretics were in a very strange place. Strike squad running off. Oh, Combi Flamers up. A nice kill the week, getting up to pretty much full health there. And did kill another Strike Squad model too. He's racking up some XP, that guy. But so's the brother captain. He's almost level 2 here. Old Purgation on the field. Suppressing with those Incinerator Flamers. Got some changes to these guys. I believe those Flamers now do a bit more damage to generators and the like. Raptors with a decent jump in amongst the Strike Squad, but it's a dicey engagement with the brother captain there. And they do have to run away. Don't drop a model though. Nicely judged again. They did take out a Strike Squad model too. Here comes some Heretics, and the Chaos Lord will continue to hold up these guys. Looks like Bruce Campbell dropped his Stormtroopers somewhere. Purgation run away. Strat Squad need to be very careful here. Heretics in amongst them, I think. Smack. Couldn't quite get another model there. Brother Captain's level 2. Meanwhile, West Side is looking very blue here. Here comes the Apothecary though. He's gone 1-1-1 build with some Devastators and Shotgun Scouts as well. Meanwhile, blue team getting their VP uncapped. Needs to be careful though. Cudder going to throw out his stun bomb and run. Yep. But he survives. Not sure where the looters are in all this. They are back at base healing up. And because Maru was dragged towards the center to defend there, Lolgar can cap the west side without issue. Although he did not go for the wreck point there. Do you have any war gear, Mr. Apothecary? Nope, you are level 2 though. What about the Sorcerer? He's got his Sword of Flame. Looks like he was revived by the Warboss, I think. While I was looking at the east side over there. Tier 2 for Bruce Campbell. Players will start to think about it. Mojitos and Mujeres with some Storm Boys up. He's looking pretty thin with just Shooter Boys on the field. Had a rough engagement against cudder. I think that's what allowed him to push through there. Brother Captain went down on this east side. Those Purgation with the Strike Squad pumping some damage into those Raptors. They dropped a model. Got very, very low. Close to dropping another there. Some Shooter Boys to help out the Chaos. Storm Boys jumping in. These guys do have power melee weapons, so they are a massive threat to that Purgation squad. Taking out a model there. Lucky not to lose another perhaps, but the Chaos Lord is on retreat path and does get a sync kill there. Storm Boys now smacking up the Kommando Nob. You can see the damage that they're doing. Warboss moving in. Don't think Cudder's paying attention to his hero. Down he goes. Bashing some gens though. Gonna get at least one. What's going on over here? A big brouhaha. Orks and Space Marines and Chaos. Ragin'Maru trying to hold his own. Sorcerer might go down here though. I think he's too deep in. Down he goes. Tactical Marines over here. Just chilling out. Oh, there's big buffs for these Storm Boys now. There's Ard Boys and User Choppers. Global buffs from the Warboss. Assault Marines is jumping the hell out of there. Which is generally what you want to do when you see those buffs. Get out of there, make the player waste those buffs, although I suppose leaving the fight is beneficial usually. Gaius Baltar 2, get some more CSM on the way in tier 2. Blood letters for Ragin'Maru. And I don't see any other tier 2 stuff on the way. Blood letter is going to be a big threat to those Assault Marines, although he could teleport them into the back lines too. Meanwhile, east side, jumping through are the Raptors who have their aspiring champion. That guy with a Power Fist and Melter Pistol is a big piece of bad news for this Strike Squad, who are not leaving this fight here. Smack. Wow, lucky not to drop another model there. They could jump again, I think, these Raptors. Bit late on the jump. And it might have allowed the Strike Squad to escape. They do escape. Brother Captain revived. Gonna be pretty annoyed. Took a long time to revive him, to be honest. Wasn't that far away. And the Sorcerer is still down over here. That might be a trickier revive. Although they could kind of get together and push power and just revive him then. We have a Zinchi Shrine that will fire out Doom Bolts, which is pretty useful. If you worship it, it will fire them faster. Putting it right behind that shock blocker, because I think the Doom Bolts go over shock blockers, although it might not appear that way. Rhino on the field in tier 2 for Bruce Campbell. Support transport vehicle for Ordo Malleus, allows you to reinforce and transport units inside. Didn't always allow you to reinforce, but these days it does. It's got that mounted Storm Bolter on the front. You can also give it a twin-linked heavy bolter or a las cannon. Lolgar with a whirlwind to that west side. Bloodletters on the prowl, but they are persuaded to leave. Looks like the Sorcerer did get revived there. Not sure by who. I guess it was the Warboss who runs away. Now he just might lose both of these shrines here. Do they have a minimum range? These Doom Bolts? I think they do. So you can get in under them in melee combat and deal with them that way. Look at that though. Heretics doing a good job. They also provide this, I think it's a 10% damage reduction to your units. You see that blue buff circle below the feet of those units there. Whirlwind shouldn't be under a huge amount of threat, although Bloodletters on rear armor will do some damage. Devastator's setting up now. These are all Circle of Summoning Bloodletters, so he's not too concerned with losing them, just fighting them into the fray. Kicking off east side. Raptor under threat. Sorry, the Rhino under threat from the Raptors. Takes it down with their Power Fist, but I think they lost. Yeah, they lost the Aspiring Champion in the process of doing that. Stormboys now with their Nob leader, supported by a war truck. This could be very, very dangerous for Red Team. But the captain doesn't want to fight him, that's for sure. With no war gear. He does get away. And they might be able to push through and bash power here. Almost got the brother captain with that bomber boy jump there. Whirlwind runs away. The Raptors of Ragin'Maru now with their Aspiring Champion too, so the Whirlwind can be jumped on and dealt with, but also they're out of energy here. Heretics need some reinforcing. He still has both of these shrines over here. Oh, something red and sneaky is decapping blue team's natural. In fact, it's Shooter Boys. And now they're set upon by Raptors. Cudder taking a while to notice. And might not get away if those guys jump again, or they don't jump again. I think they should have jumped again and finished them off there. 434 to 377. Bad news. The Storm Boys didn't want to fight double sluggers there. Oh, now we see a Twin-Linked Heavy Bolter on the back of the Rhino, pumping out some decent piercing DPS. Mark of Khorne CSM for Gaius Baltar. The other squad with Mark of Tzeentch. Chaos Lord has stopped in his tracks though. Where are those Raptors at? Here they are. Maybe you should have waited for them before you pushed against the Rhino here. But it's still here to have a go. Jumped into the middle of double sluggers though. Supported by a vehicle too. So they need to run the hell away. 434 to 357. West side is blue. These shrines are proving to be a bit of a pain in the arse for Lolgar. He's got 3 of them up, which I believe is the maximum you can get per player. Tier 3 now for Ragin'Maru. And he might be able to get on the power here. Or at least threaten this Whirlwind. Which is hightailing the heck away. Sorcerer teleports. He's got his vestments with the warp then. Tactical Marines level 2 with Sergeant and Plasma Gun. Could easily be jumped and shut down by the Raptors. Those shotgun scouts will need to be hyper aware over there. Double Strike Squad level 3 and level 2. These guys, oh, these are the Purgation with silencers. Both the Strat Squad are level 3. Strat Squad, of course, can get Psy Cannons, but haven't felt the need to do so yet, I suppose. War Truck still trundling around. Oh, Mojitos lost his Storm Boys. And a looted tank on the way for Cudder. Lolgar with some more Tactical Marines maybe dropped in via a pod, maybe? I don't see one, maybe it's back at base. Blue team unable to take this west side because of that Whirlwind knocking everything off the caps. Big retreat there for Ordo Malleus. And now we might see the power threaten. Not a whole lot there to take down. But the captain on retreat as well is going to be dicey. With Mark of Khorne CSM in retreat path and the Chaos Lord himself. Down he goes. West side, all is quiet. Might kick off now though. Whirlwind's going to be really annoying here. Jumping in other Raptors. Bloodletters following them. But here's a looted tank now. Shotgun blast and double sluggers moving in. Might need to back away here, Ragin'Maru. Raptors on retreats. Anointed power axe for the Apothecary and combat stims. So he's going to pack a punch in melee, especially if he combat stims himself. Messy fight, but it looks like the red team are going to come out on top here and maybe finally deal with these shrines, because the looted tank can shoot them down pretty easily. I'm not sure what kind of damage these doom bolts do. It might be its own unique damage type. They're going to be dealt with pretty easily. How much red do you get for these things? Is it 15? 25, wow. It's pretty good. It's almost a hero's red value. Warboss with his power claw up. Cyborg implant still and the trophy rack. Nob spot on the way for Mojitos and Mujeres. And West Side is red. They have the 2-to-1 cap, 426 to 314 on the victory points now. Trying to get back this east side power. You hear those silencers going off. They have an ability, yeah, rending, there it is, which gives them more damage to vehicles. I think they got a range increase in 272. Those guys piling into the garrison. That could be dicey. Especially with this guy able to do this. Now they need to run away, and CSM are going to be in retreat path with power weapons. That is so painful. Why did you get into another garrison? You need to run the hell away. Dropping his purgation squad there, I think. Bruce Campbell with some sloppy play among these garrisons here. No war gear whatsoever for the brother captain, but he is in tier 3. With tons and tons of red, so could call in paladins pretty soonish. Purgation. Oh, Purgation squad lived. I guess one of the models got inside the garrison and now they get away. Pretty lucky there. Very lucky, in fact. What is that going to happen to those fellas, though, that are still in the garrison? We have a looter squad capping with beamy def gun. Land Raider Phobos on the way for Professor Ragin'Maru's dropped his raptors. Gaius Baltar 2 into tier 3 with tons of resources. I guess is saving for a Phobos of his own. I think there's 760 requisition or something. It might be saving for the Great Unclean One. Strike squad are going to go down in the garrison there. Needs to be careful here. Gaius Baltar. Raptors jumping through. Trying to finish off the brother captain, I think. I don't think that was worth it. And now they retreat out. Chaos Lord in a whole bunch of trouble. Double sluggers on him with those Nob leaders. Is a painful melee fight. But he does get away with pretty much everything intact. Bruce Campbell now down to a single purgation squad. Needs to get some stuff out in tier 3. Not sure what he's waiting for here. Might be waiting for a Land Raider of his own. Here's the Phobos for Ragin'Maru. The twin link las cannons on the side sponsors and a twin linked heavy bolter on top. Uses the warp global to get the Phobos into the fight quickly. Teleporting him to that downed sorcerer there. 341 to 257. Got the carry level 4 now. Oh, Terminator's called in by Lolgar. Phobos doesn't have any support abilities, although I guess the Dirge Caster could be considered a support ability, but doesn't give you any health or energy regeneration like the other Land Raiders do. Here we see the Paladins of Bruce Campbell going straight after that Phobos, but now they can't see it. They do have heavy melee demon hammers. Tearing through these poor little heretics over here. Warboss gets another revive. Gets him up on his way to level 7. You now get less XP for reviving in 272. 336, 257 on the VPs. Paladins take down the shrine pretty easily. Another 25 red. Chaos Predator here for Gaius Baltar with Mark of Khorne, buffing the damage of all of the weapons. I think it's time to contest the middle a bit more. We've seen Bruce Campbell and Gaius Baltar on that eastern flank constantly. I'm not sure why. They seem to be obsessed over this contested power, maybe. I guess they're trying to get through to the opposing team's natural power on that side. 323, 257 Bruce Campbell. Now trying to recover with some more strat squad. The Paladins moving off. Moving very quickly. Maybe they had some kind of buff there. That was a heal going off from the Apothecary for those guys. Look at this big blob here, just asking to be nuked. Gaius Baltar does have a nuke available. But doesn't spot it, I guess. Maxed out on red, in fact, I think. Another looted tank for cudder. Where's that Nob squad? Haven't seen a lot from these fellas. Fully upgraded, looks like, coming out of base there. Some decapping. It's some raptors. Level 4 raptors for Gaius Baltar. Getting a decap. Let the galaxy burn. Getting the purgation squad off the field. Level 3 those guys. Tank versus tank. And raptors weighing in with some heavy melee power fist action. And down goes a looted tank. Dealt with pretty sharpish there by Gaius Baltar too. Nicely done. Cudder not reacting quite quickly enough, although I'm not sure he could have done anything unless he just didn't go against those raptors at all. 307 to 219. Double cap for the blue team. Silencers doing extra damage, I think, to heavy infantry. Not sure how they fare against hero or commander armor. Red team need to get their natural back. Looks like the commando is on capping duty there. He's got his rocket launcher. Also mega boom kit and kaboom. So he's got lots of explosive stuff going on. Level 4 apothecary. Where is his terminators at? Oh, they're over here. Cyclone missile launcher. Good against land raiders. Big target to hit. More shrines going up from Ragin'Maru. It's up to the red team to push. Behind in VPs. They need this contested over here. Unless they all go push mid. Mojitos and Mujeres getting some more. Oh no, it's flash kits, not knobs. Flash kits on the way. There's a rocks. Nothing really trying to dodge it here. Down goes a shrine. Dirge caster is used to stun those paladins. And there's an Imperial Abyss from Gaius Baltar. Some marines being pulled into it. But they'll be alright, I think. Vanguard veterans on the field now for Lolgar. Warboss with the stomp. Some fierce fighting over this VP. Red team have taken it back. That's what nukes can do to you. Make you back the hell off. Even if they don't kill a bunch of stuff. Make your enemy reposition, allow you to cap. Warboss getting stuck in with that power core, now into level 7. So the red team will hold here. Are they going to chase down the Phobos is the question. I guess he can warp it out if he needs to. Oh, but he's over here, the Sorcerer. Can't really warp it out of trouble, can he? Missile launcher gets a shot away. Some Marco Zinc CSM, level 3 Marco Zinc CSM. Mojitos and Mujeres just lost a unit. I'm not sure what it was. Where are those flash kits? Here they are. Have their git finders. Not very useful against a tank though. With those snaz guns. There's that right in me crosshairs ability from the rocket launcher. 282 to 160. Gaius Baltar using his CSM there to guard that VP. Make sure nothing ninjas it. We've got a Shrine of Corn, and he's camping the enemy's natural VP here. 2-to-1 cap for blue. Another looted tank for Cudder. Does not want to get any tier 3 infantry up. Needs to take better care of this one. There's that right in me crosshairs again with that knockback. Raptors going after the remaining looted tank. And might deal with it here. Down to 13 hit points, 12. And it does go down. Looted tank's not really doing it for Cudder, and Bruce Campbell dropping units like crazy. He's got some Grey Knight Terminators on the field though. Getting stuck into some CSM. Bad fight for the CSM. Special attacks going off here. 282 to 126 on the VPs. CSM do eventually leave? Do they survive though? Looks like they do survive. Rocks going off. I think, yeah, cudder completely wasted his rocks. Not sure what he was trying to... Or was that Mojitos rocks? Going for cudder's stuff, it might have been. Level 7 Warboss here. Here's that third or fourth looted tank, I'm not even sure. Taking a lot of damage again. Some repair support for the Predator, which is level 3. And there's a nuke to finish it off. There we go. Not the day for looted tanks, I guess. Just 113 VPs remaining for red team. They're under intense pressure in the middle. I think they need all players here. Some interceptors on the field now for Bruce Campbell. Teleport infantry that can deal with armoured targets as well as hold their own in melee. Heretics on the way for Ragin'Maru to help him repair his Phobos, I guess. Oh, there's the Holy Grounds. Slowing down enemies and speeding up allies. It's a fantastic ability. And Nob's going to have to leave. Oh, Predator tank did go down. Looks like they are going to get their VP back then. Interceptors getting their sergeant. I think he has his own side cannon these days. Yeah, I don't think he used to. Now he does have a side cannon, so it's actually worth getting him. Commandos on the field for cudder. These guys, such an awesome tier 3 unit. Can disrupt, can put out some serious damage. And infiltrate and cap fast. All sorts of stuff these guys can do. Looks like they're tank hunting here. Cyclone missile launcher gets the Phobos to move. Can't get rear armor hits on a Land Raider. Some orbital bombardment pulled in by Bruce Campbell. And decent hit as well. Those units should be fine, but they're going to take some damage. Big chunks. Did more damage than I would have thought to those flash kits over there. Uh-oh, Paladin's been chased. Warboss smells blood, but he's pretty low himself. Buffs himself with hard boys and user choppers. Is it going to be enough? Paladins... Oh, no. Still almost 400 hit points remaining. Warboss needs to run. Uses cyborg implants to escape there with his big stomp. Nicely done. Terminator's having to teleport away, and his Power Claw. Chaos Lord here. Lightning Claws, I should say. Level 10. Armor of the Inferno and Demonic Visage. That means he's doing, I believe, at level 10, you do 33% more melee damage. So he's doing 133 melee DPS, I suppose. 262 to 52 on the VPs. Red team have been holding on for a while. They keep... taking back this west side. Double interceptors for Bruce Campbell. Lolgar with Librarian. Now some Devastators. Librarian will help to contest this VP with his force barrier. See him getting that 4 staff here. 262 to 43 on the VPs. Single cap for blue. Down goes that Predator tank. And red team take it. Flash kits with their blasters. Apothecary level 6 now. Needs to run away. Nob squad are going to tear him apart on retreat, I think. One more hit will do it. And there it is. Smack. There's that force barrier. Knocking the flash kits off, but only temporarily. Nobs have found some Terminators to fight. One of their favourite things to fight, I think. Ranged Terminators. Cut it down to a single slugger squad. Got hit by a nuke maybe. And so is Bruce Campbell. There's a double for blue, and that should be enough to see them through here, I think. Gaius Baltar's done a really good job putting pressure on the mid-late game. Really good job. Got a new tank up as well, level 2 already. And Grey Knight Terminators are being shot to pieces here. And chopped to pieces by this Chaos Lord. Barely get away, or maybe not. They're being chased down by the tank here. They're going to finish them off, I think. Yep. 4 VPs remaining. Blue team have it. One last hurrah by the red team, but it's too little, too late. And Cudders looted tanks. Couldn't really keep them alive, could he? The Raptors did a fantastic job for Gaius Baltar. I did lose them in the end. Phobos as well. Let's look at these heroes. Ended the game level 4 Sorcerer with Vestments of the Warp and the Sword of Flame level 9 Warboss. Looks like he went down right at the end there. Didn't actually have time to fall over with his Power Claw. At level 10 Chaos Lord. Level 6 Apothecary. Had the Combat Stims and Axe. Level 9 Commando. Did some work, this guy. And a level 4 Brother Captain. Did he ever get any war gear? I don't think he did. But there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.